Hello, my friends. We had a really sweet, small online gathering this morning, and I just want to share a little bit of the highlights. And I think it really relates to most of us who are on this spiritual path, this path for light workers, where we are getting more and more connected to our true divine identity. And it's almost like we're slipping out of the old, worn out, false identity that basically just brought us trouble and feelings of lack and not good enough, or whatever it is that we had clothed ourselves in. And here's that new energy coming in that is so, so different. It's not something that you can analyze with your mind or figure out because the mind is trying to put it in some kind of a box that we are used to from the past. So it's trying to make sense of it. And, well, what does that mean? And it doesn't really make sense because I haven't really felt that before, or I haven't had that clarity before. So the mind, of course, is trying to do its thing to stay safe, which is what minds like to do. And rightly so, we should be safe, but maybe the mind's idea of safety is not the true safety. So, as this new is coming in, we need to learn to trust it more and slowly unhook from how it used to be. And we really are going through some very, very big transformations right now, both energetically, physically. You can see so many things are happening in the world and have been happening in the world for a while. Big things just collapsing, falling apart. And that, of course, is as this new energy is coming through, it can't be stopped. It can't be harnessed. But what we can do is just kind of try and suppress it, or trying to figure it out, or ignore it and still do our old ways. But at some point, it's going to break through all of us, or at least all of us who feel connected with it and who are done with the old. If you're not done with the old, then by all means, keep living that old paradigm. There might still be some attractions in there. And if you're not done with them, then you're just not done with them. There's not much else to say about it. But here's this new energy, and that's also what we shared, everybody shared this morning. And it's just, it kind of has this, it's like taking over. It has its own life, it has its own way of being. And it's up to us to learn to move with it and not try and inhibit it. And because we're used to going in one direction, and then this energy comes in and it's kind of expanding us into all kind of directions, what do you do with that? What do you do with that? Well, one thing is to be still, to not try and figure it out, and instead get curious about this energy because we don't understand it. This is new to all of us, more more for some than others, but it's not what most of us were born into and grew up in. So we need to adjust and get used to this whole new way of being. And I would say that being still and receptive to it, that's very helpful. And also sharing it with others, because then other people may notice or see or sense something about you that you are not fully aware of. And I've talked about this before. That's why being witnessed can be very, very powerful for all of us, where we get confirmed in this newness instead of being made wrong for it, or have people say, you're crazy, what do you talk about? Because they have no connection with that yet. But then there's those of us who feel very strongly connected with it, and we can recognize it in others. If it's just a little sprout, we say, oh, there's a little sprout, let's water that little sprout of energy. And if it's bigger, we can say, wow, it's really growing and it's really expanding. So we can witness that in each other, confirm it, and then we feel we can relax. It's like, oh, okay. And when we relax into it, we give ourselves, we surrender to it, and we allow it to come out more. So what is it for you? Can you relate to what I'm sharing here? If you do, I really would suggest that you connect with other like-hearted, light, energetic beings where you feel there is a resonance and you're not so alone in it. I read one of my poems this morning. It's called My Business is Stillness. So my business is stillness. And I wrote that poem many years ago. I'm going to put the link, I'm not going to read it right now. I'm going to put the link in the descriptions below. So please click on that link and go and read it and see if it relates to you. It's pretty powerful, is what I keep hearing when I share it with others, because it kind of just condenses it down to the basics. That's what I love about poems. You can just say it. You don't have to sugarcoat, you don't have to detract, you don't have to add to it. You can just say it because that's what poetry does. It's just there. So go and read that. Click on that link. And then if you have any urge or any movement to join, next time we meet will be in 4 weeks. I think it's going to be the first Tuesday of the month. So that will be, I think, November 5th. And you can just sign up. I'll put the link also there. You can sign up for that list and then you will be informed of the next steps. So that's really all I wanted to share today. Just an invitation to start feeling into this energy and get curious about it. Not trying to find out what does it want, then you're moving ahead of it. What does it mean? Then we go up here. No, it's just you feel into this like there's something that's not right about this here. So you stay with that feeling that something is off. And then you let the feeling itself show you what it knows that is more true today. So you really give yourself to that. And that, of course, is what I find so important about the work that I've been doing for many years, is to help people connect with that inner flow of energy that knows exactly what to do, where to go, how to express. I wish you all a beautiful day and jump into your own flow. Until we meet again.